welcome to this week's episode of Coast News. And as always, got some amazing news from different theme parks, rides, attractions and events all over the world. So let's get straight into news today. Our top story for tonight, Hersheypark in Pennsylvania have announced that they are building a brand new S&S Screamin Swing, which is scheduled to open in 2025. And yet again, as we've seen with a lot of recent S&S Screamin Swings, this will be the world's tallest of its kind on the planet. But if you know what I'm talking about, basically, Hersheypark is a theme park located in Hershey, Pennsylvania. It is one of the most popular theme parks in the United States. It's home to many different iconic attractions such as Sky Rush, Fahrenheit, and more recently Wildcat's Revenge, which is the RMC hybrid coaster conversion of the previous Wildcat wooden roller coaster, which was the first roller coaster that Great Coasters International had ever built. And have home to many different other attractions, but they've also got home to like a different selection of flat rides as well. A couple of years, I think in 2022 they opened a Zamperla Nebula's attraction, which actually looks amazing. It's themed around the Jolly Rancher brand, and it looks fantastic. And now they're expanding their portfolio of flat rides by building a brand new S&S Screamin Swing called Twizzler's Twisted Gravity, which is going to be located basically just near the Great Bear B&M inverted coaster, and is going to be the tallest Screamin Swing on the planet. It's going to be 137 foot tall, and it's going to swing at speeds of up to 68 miles an hour, which is absolutely insane. This attraction, it obviously looks so photogenic, like the whole colour scheme of it, the bright red standing out over the skyline. It just looks fantastic. Now it is under construction as we speak. They announced it very recently and it's scheduled to open next year. We don't actually know an official opening date yet, but I'd assume probably maybe spring, summertime next year, which it looks as though it's on track for that opening. I'm not sure if it's started vertical construction yet, but as soon as it does, I'll let you know. But either way, this attraction looks like it's going to be absolutely amazing, and yet again we still have another record breaker with the world's tallest S&S Screamin Swing at 137 foot tall. There've been a lot of parks recently have been building a lot of Screamin Swings that have taken the record of the world's tallest, and it started to become a common thing. And now Hersheypark are doing it with Twizzler's Twisted Gravity, and this one looks absolutely amazing. I wonder how long it'll be before it breaks the. I don't know. Well, do you ever think it'll break the 200-foot barrier? It'll probably be a long time before that happens, if it does ever happen. But when it does, I will make sure to let you guys know about it. But either way, I cannot wait for Twizzler's Twisted Gravity to open at Hersheypark in 2025. In other news today, the name for Project Horizon at Alton Towers has potentially been leaked. And I say potentially because it's listed on the government website under the same company that trademarks the name for Hyperia at Thorpe Park. But if you know what I'm talking about, basically, Project Ocean is a brand new flat ride that's opening at Alton Towers next year. It's rumoured, it's almost pretty much confirmed to be a new generation topspin attraction. So if you don't know what a topspin is, imagine Ripsaw, which used to be Alton Towers up until 2015. It's going to be a much newer version of them. And it's going to be built quite near to where Ripsaw used to be. Actually, it's going to be built sort of adjacent to that former site, which is up until this year was home to the Funk and Fly attraction. It's being built as we speak. The concrete foundations are still well underway, and it's progressing really well. And as for now, there's been a lot of speculation of what the actual name for this attraction could be. A lot of people speculated it could be called something like Ripsaw's Revenge, or Ripsaw Reborn, or something like that. Because we know that Alton Towers, they seem to be doing a lot more recently, is banking heavily on the sort of history and the nostalgia of their older attractions. So like earlier this year we had Nemesis Reborn. Last year we had when they did the Curse of Alton Manor, that's themed mainly around Emily Alton, who was featured in the original Haunted House way back in 1992. And that sort of led to a rumour that they could do the same with Project Ocean, theming it, call it Ripsaw Revenge or something. However, recently, I think it was yesterday, I believe, somebody found on gov.uk a trademark for a name Toxicator, which is listed. It's been trademarked by the same company that had trademarked the name for Hyperion at Fort Park. So this is thinking it could be like a new attraction for male entertainment somewhere. And the name Toxicated sounds very much sort of like a, I don't know, like a sort of very like sort of science fiction and military sort of type name, which fits in perfectly with the whole theme of Forbidden Valley. And thinking, could Toxicated have been a name for Project Ocean? And if it is, I'll actually be pleasantly surprised. It probably is going to be at this point, because as we all know, when we find leaks for something that's to do with like Alton Towers or anything like that, it usually ends up being confirmed. Like when we found out that Nemesis Subterra was going to be returning, or when we found out the name for Nemesis Reborn over a year in advance. But either way, I kind of wait to see what Alton Towers actually say about Project Ocean, whether it's going to be called Toxicator or not. And I kind of wait to see it when it officially opens next year. Also in the news today, and this is quite some sad news, Busch Gardens Tampa have confirmed that they are going to be permanently closing Scorpion on the 8th of September this year. And this is quite sad for a lot of fans of the Busch Gardens theme parks and a lot of American enthusiasts, because this ride has a lot of historical value to it, and a lot of childhood memories. But if you know what I'm talking about, basically, Scorpion is a Schwarzkopf Silver Arrow roller coaster located at Busch Gardens Tampa in Florida in the United States. It first opened in 1980 and is one of only two Schwarzkopf Silver Arrows left operating in the world. The other one is currently operating in Croatia, which and that one is still operating. But however, Busch Gardens have announced that Scorpion is going to be closing permanently on the 8th of September this year. So it's going to be closing this Sunday. So at the time of recording this, you only have 2 days left to ride it, and then it's going to be permanently shut. Now this was quite unexpected from a lot of enthusiasts, but then again, the ride has been operating for quite a long time. It's been operating for over 44 years now. It's probably coming to the end of its service life, but the main reason Busch Gardens have come out and said why it's closing is because they want to use that space for like future attractions. We don't know what could be going in that space, but we'll just have to wait and see. But it's like when they closed Sand Serpent last year, which is I think it's in that same area, and then this year they've opened Phoenix Rising. I'm not sure if Phoenix Rising is on the same spot as where Sand Serpent used to be, but either way, it seems that Busch Gardens are focusing on that area of the park, I don't know what it's called, and sort of redoing it, redeveloping it, and adding new attractions, by getting rid of all the old stuff, or much of the old stuff anyway. So they closed Sand Serpent first last year, and now they're closing Scorpion to potentially replace that with something else. We don't know what yet. I don't think it'll be a new roller coaster, because they literally only opened Iron Gwazi 2 years ago, and they've just opened Phoenix Rising literally a couple of months ago. So maybe it could be like a new flat ride or a new dark ride or something. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But what's funny is Scorpion was originally supposed to close on the 2nd of September, so it was supposed to close on Monday, but they actually extended its closure to 8th of September, which is on Sunday. I think it might be to do with the fact that like all the people who are still wanting to ride it, all the popular demand of people still wanting to ride it while they can, they extended its closure by nearly a week. Or they extended its operating life, just say. But either way, it's sad to see that this classic ride is going, but it's also kind of exciting to see what could be on that space in the future. And finally, in the news today, Chessington World of Adventures have confirmed that it says on their website that they will have a public consultation on the 19th of September, which will cover exciting new proposals for new projects. Now, we don't really know what they plan to. We didn't even know they were having a new public consultation up until recently. I think they've only just announced it basically updated their public consultation website. Then they're going to have an exhibition on the 19th of September, so just under 2 weeks from now. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically, Chessington World of Adventures is a theme park located near London in England. It's home to many different attractions. It originally opened as a zoo way back in 1933, 32, around that time. But it didn't become a fully fledged theme park until the Tussauds Group bought the park, and John Waldley helped, because at the time when they bought it, the park was struggling to bring in the crowds and bring in the profits. So when Tussauds bought it, they brought in John Waldley to help basically revitalise the park and turn it into a fully fledged theme park by adding attractions such as Dragon Falls, Vampire, Professor Bubble Works, Runaway Mine Train, which is now Scorpion Express, RIP. And it's become like a fully fledged theme park. It's now owned by Million Entertainments, and it's become probably one of the best theme parks in the UK. And they're gonna just keep expanding the park, because now they've added like a new public consultation on the 19th of September, where they'll cover projects that are already happening apparently, and brand new ones that haven't been announced yet. But what could this be? Well, I'm thinking, could it be something to do with that water park that they had a public consultation for a couple of years back? Because if you don't remember, in the end of the 2022 season, they had a public consultation when they announced plans to build a brand new indoor water park next to the hotel. But we haven't heard anything from it since. Like, I don't think there's been any sort of planning approval. There's not been any sort of form of construction or land clearing. That whole thing has just gone radio silent. So could this be to do with that, or could this be for something else? Could this be like, I don't know, a brand new attraction to replace Scorpion Express? Because if that's been closed since July 2022, and if it's not, then there's literally no signs of them sort of like fixing it to get it back up running again. So perhaps could it be a new attraction to replace Scorpion Express? We have absolutely no idea. It doesn't even say what kind of new proposal this is going to be. It doesn't even say if it's going to be like a new attraction, or it could be like, I don't know, something else, like brand new office spaces or something. But either way, 19th September is less than 2 weeks away. So when this public consultation does happen, we'll have to find out and see what they have planned. So that is it for this week's episode of Coast News. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, then please smash us a like and subscribe, and comment. We'd like to see you in the next video. Goodbye.